Good morning. My name is Julia Warren, and I am the junior warden at St. Mark's Episcopal Parish in Upland. I was asked this morning to talk a little bit about what it means to me to be a servant of the Spirit, and more specifically, how I can use Presiding Bishop Michael Curry's Way of Love method in my daily life to continue to seek out servanthood in this time when so much has changed and so many new and unexpected things are happening. When I was first asked this question, I took it back to the 7-step process that Michael Curry created when talking about living in the way of love. So that first step is turn, and I definitely felt turn earlier this year when, in very short amounts of time, we had to pivot and reinvent what church and what morning worship looked like, at least in our community in Upland. And we very quickly scrambled to find out how to bring things online, how to reach out to our community members by phone and email and socially distanced waves to really start to create the community spirit we had with these new strategies. So turn definitely, I felt very early on and still feel every day as we learn new things and continue to grow and understand what our world looks like right now. The next step in the way of love is to learn. And there has been a lot of learning for so many people this year. I have seen people go from not owning a computer to being experts at Zoom. I have personally learned video and audio editing that I never expected to be picking up this year. And I've learned how to ask for help and to rely on the people in my community. I think we've all had to learn each other's strengths and gifts in a new way right now, where we are so dependent on each other despite our inability to be together in shared space. The next is pray. And I don't think this is a new part of my daily life. I think prayer is something that I rely on every day. Even if it's a small prayer, please don't let my video editor crash in the middle of this export, or larger things like praying for racial injustice in my community and praying that I can be introspective and reflect on my own actions in the past and move forward in the future with that knowledge. Worship is the next step, and I think we in the Episcopal Diocese of Los Angeles have done an incredible job of sustaining our traditional worship practices during this time. St. Mark's has been online and in spirit every Sunday morning at the same time with our either morning prayer or even a modified Holy Eucharist service. We haven't missed a Sunday, which I'm very proud of all of us for making that possible. We've just had our first in-person worship with new safety precautions in place that so many people worked hard to create. And I see people all over our diocese doing similar things where we're learning how to connect with our communities in different ways, in a way that is worship, in a way that is following Jesus and living out our baptismal call in our communities. The next step is bless, which I have felt very strongly, especially as of late. There are so many new and small and easy ways to bless individuals in your life and larger communities. When so much of what we were used to was taken away, we found new ways to create these small blessings, whether it's a ministry that your church didn't previously have, that you now had the ability and the time and the space to accommodate. I know our church has become a frequent host of blood drives, which is not something we were able to do before, but now we have the space, we have the time, and we have the willing donors. We can also, make more phone calls, send more emails, learn new technologies to talk to our family members, to parishioners. I feel strongly that blessing has become a much more profound and prominent part of my daily life. And the next is go, which I maybe feel too strongly in my daily life. I'm sure many of you watching right now understand that it feels like there's a constant pressure to go and to keep going. And sometimes when it gets difficult and I really don't know if I can go anymore, I think about all that I've done and all that I've seen my church and my deanery and this diocese do. And I'm inspired and I'm motivated by that continued drive to push through the difficult times and to rely on community and create that strength to continue to do the work that we are called to do. And the last step in Michael Curry's Way of Love process is rest. Rest, I feel, is the most necessary and the most difficult part of this for me. But I reap the benefits of rest every time I am asked by my rector to take a Sunday off, to take a break, to turn off my email. I do feel how important it is to rest. And I hope that someone out there hears me say, rest right now, and take that to heart, because it's a marathon, not a sprint. And we need every single one of us to continue to create our worship and our service in this community. Now, I should clarify that it's not a linear order, it's a cycle. So we go right back to turn after rest when we've had time to process and to learn new things and to turn back to where the Holy Spirit is leading us. I'm so grateful for everyone in the deanery and the diocese I've gotten to know better during this pandemic, since we've all been able to be in more constant communication and get to know each other and learn each other's gifts and strengths. I'm excited to see what the future holds, and I know that we have only created a stronger foundation to grow on in the years to come. Thank you so much.